So friends, the best part of quilting is the big reveal when you have a finished project and you get to show it off and tell the story. And it is so fun looking back over a big project like this, remembering where all the fabrics came from, the work that went into it, the places, the people you were with as you constructed that quilt. It's just so much fun, and I'm very glad that you are here with me. If we haven't met before, I'm Andy, and this is True Blue Quilts, a place to enjoy, experiment, and excel as you quilt. And part of that enjoyment is getting inspiration from the wonderful quilt patterns that are out there. And this is Spectacular Savanna by Elizabeth Hartman. She does wonderful quilt patterns and they're pretty intricate. You can see some of these pieces are pretty small that you are putting together. This is all traditionally pieced. So even if you're a beginner, if you can sew that straight line, you can make something like this. Just take it slow, step by step. The instructions are wonderful. And what draws me into Elizabeth Hartman designs is these animals. We all have our favorites. Giraffes have long been my favorite animal. So seeing this wonderful depiction of that majestic creature is fabulous. Another favorite block was the lion. My daughter was born in August, so she is a Leo through and through, and that just was a lot of fun. I even love some of these more unusual animals, the water buffalo with those fun horns, and the hippopotamus, of course. It really was a lot of fun. And this quilt did take me quite a few years. Of course, it was set aside. I would get the blocks done, and then another project would catch my eye, and then I would come back and I would do all the cutting and piecing for another animal and just slowly built that collection. One of the fun things to notice about this quilt is all the different leaves that make up the top and bottom border. And I am a scrappy quilt lover. More fabrics is more better. You have to have lots and lots of different fabrics. So I chose a different green pair for each one of those leaves, and it was a fun excursion. I was at a retreat and we took a time out from our sewing machines and went to the local fabric store, and I just started pulling all sorts of different green fabrics, and you can see some wild combinations, but those were really fun to put together. It is a lot of fun to do the machine quilting on this, so let's take a closer look, because I am a free motion, custom hand-guided long arm quilter, and I love coming up with different designs for the different elements in a quilt, and I'd love to have you take a closer look. Starting from the top, we have our leaves, and I just did a basic stem and then some veins branching off from each of those. And you can also see the meandering leaf background. And I always use coordinating threads, so from a distance, this is just gonna look like some texture there, but if you get up close, you can see the detail in the quilting. Now, the elephant is the largest block, and that's gonna be a focal point. I wanted just something interesting for the quilting, so I did these intersecting triangles, and I just, randomly went across the quilt there to do that design. The ears are hard to see the stitching lines there, but they're just arcs around the ear. And then I did wavy point flame kind of thing for the tusks to give them some definition, and then just continued that angular meandering for the trunk. So that was the elephant. For the giraffe, I left this solid tan fabric unquilted, and then I'm trying to get an angle. I did pebbles in this other fabric because giraffes have spots, but the fabric is doing most of the work. And I just did kind of a spiral outline for the ears there. So that's the elephant and the giraffe. And then same thing with the zebra. He or she got some pretty minimal quilting also, just a wavy line. These strips are very narrow, so they didn't need a lot of quilting. The hippopotamus was fun. I did some hills in the big snout and then just some parallel lines there in his forehead and chin. And then we have the water buffalo. I just echoed that horn using wavy lines. Wasn't really worried about trying to keep those lines straight there. And then I did just almost a chevron type of angular line. And oh my goodness, I'm finding lots of stray threads that I need to cut off there. But just some spiky lines to give texture there to the water buffalo. Again, the ears are spirals and the snout just kind of gets wavy lines there. I think this is an impala. I can't remember the pattern name, but I did angular switchback stitching for those horns there, very tall horns, and then wavy parallel lines in the light area and big worm quilting there on the snout. And then finally, our rhinoceros gets a spiral shape for his horn and his ears. And then I did this overlapping, I call it like a sine wave or an infinity symbol. I just kind of crossed those lines and gave him some texture, echoing the pattern there that was in that batik fabric for the rhinoceros. So that was really cool. And then simple quilting, again, that kind of pointy flame stitch for his mane. The fabrics are doing all the work here. I did some big meander for his face and then a little more spiky on his ears. And that was the lion. So I had a lot of fun coming up with different stitches to use in all of those animals. And I do want to give you a view from the back because I have to say so myself, I did a pretty spectacular job getting the backing done for this quilt. And here is the back. Yes, those are Tula Pink's giraffes. I loved it, and I didn't want to cut that fabric up for anything real small, so I just used it on the back here. Of course, that makes it a little tricky to see some of the quilting designs, but we'll take a look at the black areas because in order to make this quilt wide enough, I had to add black on the top and the bottom, which is fun because you can see the quilting show up. So here's the giraffe. I told you I did pebbles for that. You can see the leaves, the triangle meander on my elephant and the lines for his ears. And then here we have the lion with his mane and coming down to the sine waves on the rhinoceros, just some wavy lines for the Impala. And here's my water buffalo with his spiky lines and his curved horns. And there is the zebra stripes going up there, and the trunk for the elephant curves around right here. So that is the back. And I even remembered to handwrite a label for this quilt. I just need to tack down the edges on that. So I am so thrilled to have this project complete. I finished this off with a scrappy green binding. I don't know if you noticed there, it changes shades just like the variety of leaves that we have. So tell me, do you have an epic project like this under your needle? I'd love to hear about your quilting adventures.